Welcome back, my lovelies, to the Midlife Reset podcast. Coach Caris, Itchy, Bitchy and Guests. So, my podcasts are hopefully very helpful, right? And what I'm trying to do, basically, is cut through all the menopause, perimenopause, bullshit noise out there and keep it a wee bit real for yous. What I would also like you to do is think about speaking to yourself in the manner that you would speak to a friend. Just had a conversation, we just had a phone call with one of my clients actually. So in my coaching in the Midlife Reset, my ladies get a half an hour Zoom phone call every month, which is very helpful just to chat about anything specific, but also just to chit chat. But she just told me that she heard herself giving her friend a bit of advice who was being a bit mean to herself, and then thinking back that she needs to remember that advice because sometimes it's really easy to be mean to ourselves. So I want you to think about, I don't know where you're at, right, but it's the 1st of September, so we have 4 months left of 2025, right, but so you'll see a lot of stuff. There's a wee trend going on just now that on social media about, you've only got, we're at September, the 1st of September, there's only 4 months left of 2025, and are you actually where you want to be? So if you think back to the goals that you set yourself in January, are you where you want to be, right? But the reason that I'm doing this podcast to do with the 1st of September is actually not for that. It's to let you know that September, right, can be a bit of a shit month for fat loss or for fitness goals or just for goals in general. So what I find with my clients is that two things have happened, right? And it's all kind of culminated round about September time. So two things have happened. So if you split the camp of my ladies 50-50, right, there's the ladies that have got kids, right, and they had the school holidays, so they had 6 weeks of not necessarily having a routine, obviously still trying to do their work, their job, etc., right? So they've lost the routine for 6 weeks. So in their head, they've thought to themselves, I'll just do everything that I can, I'll just focus on what I can do, and I'll just maintain everything over the summer holidays, right? Which is absolutely acceptable, by the way. But then when the kids go back, I'm going to absolutely hammer it. I'm going to get refocused and I'm going to absolutely hammer it. So they do that for a fortnight and then they just hit this brick wall. So it's a bit like when everybody signs up to every fat loss and every gym goal ever, right, in January, and by the time we hit February, you've pretty much wiped yourself out the equation because you've went at it too hard and too fast. So a lot of ladies, they've had the school holidays, they've had no routine for 6 weeks, they've been frustrated, they've not had any time to themselves, they've had their kids, they've still got their parents to look after, they've got their job to do. So they're like, I'm going to absolutely hammer it when the kids go back. So they've hammered it for the last 2 weeks in August, and then as we come into the 1st of September, the weather's changed, it's a wee bit colder, it's a wee bit darker in the morning, it's a wee bit darker at night, and they've literally hit a brick wall. So you're going into September possibly thinking, this is shit, right? So that's one of the things. The other thing that can happen is the school holidays have not affected you in the slightest. You didn't have kids, you've just been going along, plodding along, but you've waited until September for your summer holiday because you didn't want to go away when the kids are off. So you're literally hanging on by your fingernails because you need a holiday, all right? So this is where most of my ladies are at the moment. So they've got the same feelings that it's just like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. Or, oh my God, what is happening here? Why am I not motivated? Why am I not in control? Why am I an absolute riot? But there's two reasons behind that as to why that would happen. All right. So we've started Step Up September. So instead of telling me that you're going to have a shit September, I want you to think about Step Up September. So myself and my clients for the month of September, we're going to do a different little challenge every week to keep us focused. So what we're going to do this week is we're going to focus on our calories. So we're going to focus hitting our calorie targets, whether we're in a fat loss phase or not, even if it's maintenance, because it's You know my thoughts on maintenance. It's actually harder to eat at maintenance than it is to be in a diet, as far as I'm concerned, because we've got a wee bit more flexibility and a wee bit more leeway. So all my clients, regardless whether they're in fat loss or maintenance, we're going to focus on hitting our calorie targets and our protein targets daily. So that we're still going to do the other things, or we're still going to think about doing the other things. So we're still going to focus on our sleep and our steps and stuff like that. But the absolute main priority from today until Sunday is to hit our calorie goals and to hit our protein goals. Not even our carbs and our fat. We're not even going to worry about them. All right, they don't necessarily make a difference to fat loss. Calories are king, and our protein. So even if you're dieting, we need our protein, and even if you're at maintenance, we need our protein. So that's things that we are going to focus on. So we're going to forget the fact that the kids have been on holiday, that we've been a bit disorganised or a bit chaotic, and then we've went full pelt for a fortnight. We're just going to forget that, and we're going to take the 1st of September as Step Up September. All right. It's difficult at this time of year. It is very comparable from a coach's point of view, very comparable to January, February. Everybody's just a bit tired. So we're not doing Shift September, we're doing Step Up September. So if you have woken up this morning a wee bit colder than you normally are because the temperature's dropped, and a wee bit shitty weather, I'm looking out my window, the sun's actually shining now, but it was pretty miserable at 5:45 this morning. All right, I want you to think about what you can do for your goals for the next 7 days. All right, I don't want you to pick 7 things. I just want you to pick 1 or 2 things. That's it. That's all you need to do. All right, what we want to do is we want to get you a win. So we want you to feel like you're back in control. I want you to be kind to yourself. Don't want you to give yourself any grief. Whatever happened last week or the week before or the whole of the summer holidays, it's gone. It's gone, all right? If you try and do exactly what a lot of people have done for the last 2 weeks in August and go full pelt, so you think that you're going to go from 0 to hero, all you're going to do is give yourself overwhelm. We don't want overwhelm, all right? We want to do a couple of things very well as opposed to half-assing lots of things, all right? Schools are back, work ramps up, the weather changes. All of these affect how our brain works. All of these affect our positive thoughts. All of these affect our ability to get out of bed and get to the gym, to get off the sofa, to plan your meals, to prep your meals, all right? All of these external factors can affect all of that, but I want you to think about what you can actually do, all right? So September doesn't have to be shit September. It could actually be Step Up September, which is what myself and my clients in the Midlife Reset are going to be working on, all right? So this is your time. You can do way more than you think you can. You want to step up, all right? Take a breath, get a coffee, just chill, all right? And decide what you can do going forward for the next 7 days, all right? Yeah, September can be tough. It's also that middle end. It's not quite still summer. It's not quite yet autumn or winter or whatever, all right? But it is a good month. You can just hibernate for the month and focus on your goals. It's not about perfection. Remember, it's never about perfection. It's about showing up for yourself, even when life is chaotic and you are an absolute riot. That was a cross between Step Up and riot. Anyway, all right. When you think about what you can do for the next 7 days, pick a couple of things. Pick one thing and do it very well. All right, if that's fat loss, bang in, stick to your calorie deficit. If that's eating at maintenance, stick to your maintenance calories, get your protein in. If that's your gym goals, turn up. Absolutely turn up. If you say you're going to train Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you go to the gym Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah? September, guys. It's a funny month. It can be a no man's land, but it can also be absolutely amazing, providing you set yourself realistic goals, cut yourself some slack, and do what you can. All right, ladies. I'll speak to you all very soon. Bye-bye.